This May on Celestial Sunday HD.
佢唔識我哋死。
3 struggles drawn together by fate. Louis Q, Wallace Chung, Xiao Wei. 3. Eddie Peng, Zhang Hanyu. An intense battle in a lawless territory. Operation Mekong.
你要不要救你妹妹？
When greed sets humanity ablaze. Daniel Wu, Chang Xiaochua, Sky on fire. A crazy showdown between wacky robbers and naughty kids. Xiao Ming and his buddies. Celestial Sunday HD. This May every Sunday night on Celestial Movies HD.
The 2017 Meiji Yasuda J1 League. Live on Astro Supersport and HD. If you've ever dreamed of being Malaysia's next champion, here's your chance. Astro Cam Badminton is looking for girls and boys aged 10 to 12 to reach for their dreams. Register online at astrocase.org/cambadminton and attend the selection camps. 60 kids will be selected to train in KL with professional certified coaches. And from those, some will have the chance to experience training in Tokyo, Japan. Register now and watch Astro Cam Badminton on Astro Arena.
Come on, Team Malaysia, we'll be cheering you on. Outdo yourselves at the
trickery there once again from Lee Chong-wei.
The entire nation is behind you, Team Malaysia. Feed off our support and let us be your strength on the court. Come on!
And Malaysia have topped Group D.
All eyes and hearts will be glued to the TV come the Sudirman Cup. Malaysia boleh!
100+ active, no fizz with added vitamins.
On Daily, we'll tell you what Champions League record Juventus matched by booking their ticket to the final.
Also, why Houston may have a problem, get it, in the NBA playoffs.
And did this make it to Daily's Play of the Day?
Come on in, sports fans. You have just made it just in time for a Daily on the M&M Show. That's Mark and Michelle to you, by the way.
And of course, a big hello to everyone catching us on YouTube as well. Just remember to keep your eyes on the road.
Exactly.
Or, of course, you can, of course, park by the side for a while. Don't worry, we're only here for 30 minutes.
And speaking of 30 minutes, that is exactly how long Juventus needed to confirm their spot in the Champions League final. 1 down, 1 more to go.
And that is where we're going to be kicking off today's show. But, come on, was there really any doubt that they would make it to Cardiff? Right, the old lady of Turin were unbeaten in their last 11 European Cup games in a row before this return leg. Pavel Nedved knows a thing or two about playing in the Champions League final. Not so much Sinisa Mihajlovic. Monaco, of course, turned to Kylian Mbappe once again to lead in attack, while Paulo Dybala was expected to make life a bit difficult for Monaco. It definitely did not start in favour of the old lady of Turin. Gigi Buffon was a busy at keeper, made to chase Monaco's desperate attempts to stay alive in Europe. And things got a lot worse for Juve when Sami Khedira picked up an injury. So Monaco decided to take advantage of the situation. Buffon made to work hard for his money tonight by Falcao. But all those attempts would amount to nothing because this happened.
Dani Alves. Great ball from Dani Alves. Super save again. But the follow-up's in from Mandzukic. Juventus are nearly there. Mario Mandzukic. Denied by Subasic again. But he stayed sharp. He remained switched on.
Yes, that man Mario Mandzukic ending his longest run without a goal in the Champions League. This man, Gonzalo Higuain, almost added to his name on the score sheet. We did say almost. A certain Brazilian could do better, though.
But Sally's on the move in there. Subasic gets 2 gloves to it. Dani Alves crashes the ball in. That will do it for Juventus once and for all.
Però al momento i ragazzi hanno fatto un lavoro straordinario nel seminario. Ora il problema è che bisogna raccogliere, perché lo scudetto l'abbiamo ancora preso, la Coppa Italia l'abbiamo ancora presa e la Champions c'è ancora da giocarla. Quindi un passo alla volta bisogna arrivare in fondo. Bisogna migliorare alcune cose perché questa squadra è in grado e deve migliorare.
Mbappe's consolation goal for Monaco made him the youngest player to score in a Champions League semi-final. He's only 18 years and 140 days old. The Juve boss, however, refuses to get carried away.
Allora, per quanto riguarda la parte finale, dunque la squadra ha fatto delle ottime cose, ma io credo che abbia dei margini di miglioramento nella fase della gestione della palla. E su questo bisogna lavorare, soprattutto in certi momenti della partita.
So this will be Juve's sixth appearance in the Champions League final. They go level with AC Milan for the number of times an Italian club has made it all the way to the finale. Unfortunately, both teams are the only Italian sides to progress to the finals more than once. Yes, is that sad? And here's former Red Devil Paul Parker and ex-Lily White Gary Stevens summing up Juve's campaign in Europe this season.
I saw him last season and the preview. I just think they was getting to that point, and I think we've seen it now with the players they've got now. And what they've got is they've got a foundation of becoming a great side, and just what they've built. A young player coming through in Dybala as well to sign a new contract. I think they're there. It's there for them to go and win it this season and to go on.
Juventus clearly put Barcelona in their place in the previous round. The two games that they've just played to get through the semi-final, just totally professional. Defensively, they're outstanding, and they've got that creation going further up the park.
So looking ahead to the future, we decided to give you some stats on Juve's potential opponents in the finals. The old lady is probably hoping Real Madrid make it to Cardiff instead of Atletico, even though they have the same head-to-head record over both teams, a 50% winning rate in the last 10 seasons. Juve have played more times versus Real, losing back in 2013 and scoring 10 in the process.
Lets it fly. Oh, mama! Gasol with the 15-footer. Parker inside the arc. Anthony. Really fakes it. Drives. Lee from Kawhi Leonard. Simmons. Oh, Davis for three. Up to LaMarcus Aldridge. What a play. Green, three. Reinforms. Oh, my. Manu for three. Yeah, back shot. Oh, my. Jordan.
Yes, Game 5 of the Western Conference Semis is back at the AT&T Arena, home of the San Antonio Spurs.
I knew that.
Yeah, sure. I was just reminding you just in case. And the series is tied at 2 apiece as well.
Yeah, 2 apiece. I knew that too.
Well, Smarty Pants, if you know so much, then do you know who actually holds the record for committing the most turnovers in a playoff game?
Oh, come on, that's the most easiest question I've been asked all day.
Okay, who then?
That guy.
What guy? What guy?
The really tall guy.
Are you serious, man? They're all tall, okay? It's James Harden.
James Harden, yeah.
Okay, sure. The Houston Star, by the way, holds the unwanted record with 13 turnovers in a single game from 2 years ago. And third in that list, Harden again against Oklahoma 4 years ago. Hard to believe, right?
Not really.
You do know what a turnover is, right?
Turnover.
Oh, God. Well, the Beard came close to repeating that performance here against the Spurs. Careless in the first cue there. And then giving up possession again later in the second. A grand total of 9 turnovers in the game. The MVP candidate now has 4 career playoff games with at least 9 turnovers, more than any other player since 1985. His opposite number, Kawhi Leonard, was more careful with the rock though. 12 defensive rebounds in this contest. And Kawhi becoming the first Spurs player with 20 points and 15 rebounds in a playoff game since Tim Duncan pronounced something similar in 2013. But all that jumping and reaching came at a cost because midway through the third, this happened. Ouch. Pop, what's the damage?
You could tell just before they took a couple shots and he jumped off 1 foot. And he didn't want to come out, obviously, but we let him play a little while just to see what it was going to be like, but it was obvious that he couldn't go.
Kawhi leaving the game with an injured right ankle, and didn't feature in overtime. But his replacement, Manu Ginobili, made sure that Harden wasn't allowed to drag them into double OT.
And Manu's the type of guy, he doesn't care about, you know, his points, assists, or numbers. He just wants to win the game, and he did a great job even at the end, you know, blocking hard on that three-pointer. Who knows what would happen if he got that shot off. But
take a dose of some grandpa juice. San Antonio hang on to win by 3 and take a 3-2 lead in the series. So, if we believe in history, it will tell you that Houston are, well, kind of doomed, because the last 3 occasions in which they were tied 2-2 in a playoff series, they eventually went home. And the last time they broke that trend was some 22 years ago, courtesy of Hakeem Olajuwon and the gang, of course, who went on to win the whole thing that year.
You guys are up at halftime, third quarter, you know, you're on the road, you know, it's a 3-2 swing here. Do you feel like you let this one slip away, that, you know, it was to be that close, and if you guys execute a little better, maybe you win that game?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. We let one slip away, execution, rebounding, probably the 2 primary things that we let, you know, slip away, you know, this game. But still have an opportunity in Game 6, go home, protect home court, and, you know, bring it back here for Game 7.
They did what they had to do. We just didn't put a knockout punch or hit the big shot or make the big play defensively. Too many offensive rebounds toward the end. Just a lot of things that they did to beat us. They did. But, again, we played well enough to win. We just didn't finish the job.
Yep, there's definitely some positive for the Rockets despite the loss. One of them being Harden's triple-double at San Antonio in the playoffs. The only other player to accomplish that was Magic Johnson. So, it's a win or go home for Houston on Friday morning. Game 6 is live from 8 a.m. Now, do you know what a turnover is, Mark?
Of course, I always knew what a turnover is. Come on, Michelle. Sure
you do. Part 1 of the show is done and dusted, but still ahead on Daily. We make a pit stop in Madrid to see how the world #1 man fared in his opening round.
Former world #1 man in golf, Jordan Spieth, speaks ahead of the Players' Championship this weekend. Find out why he's saying that he needs to play in less tournaments.
Plus, did this make our shortlist for Play of the Day?
Did well, deep to right. Betts turning around, watches it sail. She's gone. That's a 2-run homer for Broxton, and that'll make it 5-1 Milwaukee.
Oh, what a superb run. And he finds the back of the net. What an extraordinary day he has had.
Got to score. Got to score. No excuses.
How unlucky can you get? There is no such thing as perfect. It had controversy, it had goals. That is football's 7th heaven.
Fans are very important for us. Thank you for the support and keep going.
This broadcast of the Premier League is brought to you by MyEG, your e-government service provider. Wanda Coffee. Try the new Wanda Extra Presso. And Brickfield's Asia College, the fastest and smartest way.
Hey, wait, come back. This is not a commercial. It's not a commercial. Actually, it is, lah. It's more than that, though. As a consumer, we always want extra perks for everything we buy. Waterproof one on this phone. Wow, slow-mo shot. Wow. You guys are serious about a demo. In most loyalty programs, when you purchase something, they reward you with either cash or points. But at Sen Heng, for every item you purchase, you get both cash and points. Double rewards. Shock, right? Oh, yo! It's the Samsung SUHD Curve TV! Hey, this TV waterproof one, ah?
And you're back on Daily. The fans at the Madrid Open got their money's worth in Sir Andy Murray's opening match with Maris Copil. The world #1 and top seed sealed the first set after a series of difficulties, but this backhand slice return gave Sir Andy a much-needed breather. Now, wildcard Copil continued to trouble Sir Andy. This time round, his backhand winner allowed the Romanian to keep up with the top seed's score. But the 2015 Madrid Open winner had Lady Luck on his side, the net also playing a big part of his serve return there, and Sir Andy was quick to acknowledge that. So, with class and fortune on his side, it took Sir Andy 84 minutes to seal the match altogether, booking his spot in the last 16. And after that result, here's a list of possible opponents for Sir Andy in the tournament. His record against Grigor Dimitrov and Ivo Karlovic stands out right there. However, one man he'd wish to avoid, if at all possible, is of course...
This guy, Michelle, Dominic Thiem, the Austrian, also opened his Madrid Open campaign with a win over American Jared Donaldson, building on his promising outing in Barcelona, which included sending Murray home. The 8th seed made no secret of his confidence on clay, and if it all goes to plan, Thiem could be set for a quarterfinal date with Murray. And you will get to know first. That's because we are bringing you live coverage of the Madrid Open. The final 16 will compete tomorrow, with coverage starting at 6 p.m. on Astro Supersport 2.
It wasn't as straightforward in the women's event, though, as 4th seed Dominika Cibulkova suffered a shock defeat at the hands of Oceane Dodin. The French woman started off strongly, giving Cibulkova no chance to dictate the game, before taking the first set 6-2. The Slovakian, meanwhile, did put up some fight, doing her best to survive this match, as her coach and hubby continued to show some encouragement from the stands. But all was to no avail, as an unforced error by Cibulkova gave Dodin her first win against a top 10 opposition. The world number 58 progresses to the last 16 to meet Kristina Aladinovic. And a change of scenery now. The good news for Jordan Spieth is there's never been a back-to-back champ at the Players' Championship. Also, American golfers have dominated the 29 wins from a possible 43. So far, so good, right? Well, the bad news is Spieth will have to compete with 26 previous major winners for the title this weekend. Tough feat.
I feel like I've played really solid golf over the last year and a half, 2 years, and I find it odd that I've dropped from 1 to 6 with 3 or 4 wins and and a lot of really good finishes, including some good ones in majors. So I guess I need to play less because my divisor's too big. Or I don't know. I don't know what the key is in moving back up, other than Players' Championship is probably the toughest field to win a golf tournament in. I feel very confident about the progress I've made in my short game, and especially my putting over the last couple weeks to get ready for this. And my striking's been plenty good to win anywhere this year. So I know I can play it really well if I play it smart, and I think I've just been trying to do a little too much the last couple years.
For Rory McIlroy, however, returning from his recent honeymoon has made him a bit more philosophical about his game, competition, and of course, the world rankings.
I've always felt like getting to the top of the mountain is easier than staying there. I think it takes just as much hard work to stay there than it does to get all the way up. So, and it's it's golf, it's life, it's human, the way we are. There's going to be ebbs and flows in everyone's career, and you just have to accept that and realize that there's going to be some times when it isn't, quite what you want and it's not going your way, but there's going to be other times where you get on a run and you have to ride that as much as you possibly can. So, and as long as those, obviously the highs you want to be super high, but as long as the lows aren't too low and you can get yourself back up, then that's sort of like if you think about Everest, you don't want to go all the way back to the bottom. If you sort of fall back to base camp, you're fine, and then back up again.
It's just a hard tournament to win. You can come from behind. It's hard to be out front with the finish. There's so much that can happen. No, this is arguably the strongest field in golf on a golf course that creates a great test. You got to hit pretty much. You're going to have to hit every kind of shot around this golf course throughout the week, and that's what's great about it. It kind of tests all parts of your game. And as far as being able to win back to back, I wouldn't put it past Jason. He's obviously been playing well. He knows how to win. He's gotten the job plenty of times. So if he plays well, he can definitely be a guy that's going to be tough to beat this week. But I'm looking forward to getting back up there, actually getting a chance to play the weekend this year and giving myself a chance to go back and do what I did in 15.
Teams did.
From golf to some Major League Baseball now. Despite a dream start by the Red Sox against Milwaukee, Boston failed to protect their slim advantage. Eric Thames erased the visitors' lead after Mookie Betts had given them the lead. That's his 13th home run of the year. And what Thames can do, Keon Broxton can do also. Another 2-run homer for the Brewers sent them racing ahead by 4.
That's a 2-run homer for Milwaukee.
An RBI single by Orlando Arcia would make it 6-1 for the home team in the 4th inning. Betts, Dustin Pedroia and Andrew Benintendi would reduce the gap for Boston, only for Broxton to bring home Travis Shaw and Domingo Santana in the 7th, for a final score of 11-7.
Broxton wants 3. He's got himself a triple to drive in 2 runs. That'll make it 11-5 Milwaukee, and he's had a big night.
Time for us to take another break. On the other side of Daily, how Arsenal plan to stop Southampton in our only midweek match.
Plus, we reveal who took the coveted Play of the Day prize this week. Don't go anywhere.
Say hello to more new routes. Malindo Air invites you to adventure away in Brisbane. Wander into the seaport city of Yangon. And hustle away in Guangzhou, China's 3rd largest city. Premium service inclusive of meals, in-flight entertainment, and 30 kg baggage allowance. Book now at malindoair.com.
The Prudential Astro Masters celebrates 20 years of golfing excellence and is back to challenge golfers on the best courses with great goodies plus awesome prizes in all par 3s, including a Mazda 6 valued at 216,000 ringgit. The grand finals takes place in Muscat, Oman. So don't miss out. This could be your year.
There isn't much time. Every day they grow stronger.
I fear nothing. All is as the Force wills it.
Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Purchase via Channel 481 or on demand.
We're back, and so is the former India cricket captain Sachin Tendulkar. The little master has now set his sights on the Bollywood scene, aiming to outshine Shah Rukh Khan with the release of his movie. I reckon this singer better beware too, in case Sachin pursues music next.
Well, you know the saying, when one door closes, another opens. Well, for Dick Advocaat, it works differently as the same door opened, not once or twice, but 3 times. He was named the New Holland coach with Ruud Gullit as his assistant.
And 6 months in charge, Inter Milan have sacked their coach Stefano Pioli. A 7-match winners run in the league has left Inter currently in 7th. They're also 3 points adrift of rivals AC Milan and need maximum points from their remaining matches if they want to qualify for a spot in Europe next season. So Inter have sacked their 2nd best manager in their last 10. Pioli enjoyed a 53.5 winning rate, second only to Leonardo, who took charge for 1 season back in 2010. Stefano Vecchi, who was in charge of the youth squad, will now take charge on an interim basis for the remainder matches of the season. Now, I feel like on this show, I never have good news for Arsenal's fans. I don't know if this is good or bad, but another manager's future is still in the balance. Of course, I'm talking about Arsene Wenger. And as we approach the end of the season, the topics of contracts always comes up. Now, for Wenger, he's got to settle Alexis Sanchez and Mesut Ozil's commitment for the coming season. And there's also talks for a director of football at the London club, something Wenger is not too familiar about.
Director of football, I don't know what it means. Is it somebody who stands on the road and directs, play right and left? I don't understand. I never could understand what it means, director of football. I'm manager of Arsenal Football Club, and as long as I'm manager of Arsenal Football Club, I will decide what happens on the technical front, and that's it.
Apart from that, Arsenal can still build on their momentous victory over Manchester United on the weekend for a late charge to the top 4.
It gives us confidence to go into that, to create that momentum. But overall, I believe that if you look at the schedule, we play Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday. So we have to show that we can focus in every single game, and certainly we have to use the squad in a very efficient way, you know, because we play 4 games of top intensity in 10 days. It will be important that everybody in the squad contributes at the right moment.
Southampton, however, are unbeaten in their last 5. They have also won their last 2 home games against Arsenal. So the Saints will be looking for their 3rd consecutive win for the first time since the 1984-85 season. And of course, we'll be bringing you live coverage from St Mary's. That one's on at 2:40 AM on Astro Super Sport. Before that, let's check in on how Atletico Madrid are preparing for their second leg semi-final against Real Madrid in the Champions League.
Lo emocional, si tiene un equilibrio desde lo futbolístico, es el mejor camino para hacer un gran partido. Está claro que lo emocional tiene que estar. No quisiera ver ningún jugador mío que no sienta el partido emocionalmente como el ambiente, la semifinal y el partido lo pide, pero está claro que es un partido de fútbol y en un partido de fútbol hay que jugar a la pelota.
Well, Diego Simeone is looking for an emotional approach. His opposite number, Zinedine Zidane, is keeping it simple, insisting it's just a football match.
On sait très bien qu'il va falloir qu'on fasse un grand match, un match parfait pour pouvoir passer cette éliminatoire. C'est juste ça. Et après, on a besoin, nous, de sérénité, de tranquillité, de penser que justement, en fait, le match aussi, c'est aussi ça. C'est-à-dire que demain, on va faire un match de foot. On va pas faire autre chose. Hein. Enfin, ce que je veux dire, c'est qu'on a envie de mettre beaucoup d'adjectifs sur ce match, beaucoup de choses, Nous, on va faire un match de foot, on va essayer de faire un grand match de foot. Point.
The conclusion to the Madrid derby in the Champions League commences at 2:30 AM with Paul, Gary and Roshan live on Supersport 3. Highlights, of course, on Daily with us again.
Now, before we head off from the show, I just feel like doing something good, Michelle.
You doing something good? Something's fishy right here.
Hey, come on, I just feel like rewarding athletes, right, who make extraordinary plays in the sporting world today in our very own Play of the Day.
Okay, if you say so. Now let's just stop horsing around then, shall we, and give it to them? Yeah. Our play of the day goes to this AFC Champions League Group G match between Guangzhou Evergrande and Suwon Blue Wings.
Well, I've got to say, this turn from Kim Jong-woo and then the shot with so much precision to find the back of the net. Wow, definitely deserved some recognition here on Daily, Michelle.
It's sad how you can't pull that off in futsal.
I really can't. I wish I was as good as that. But you know what? We've had a good show here today, right on Daily.
And of course, your futsal skills aside, that match definitely deserved the play of the day this week, I tell you.
Of course. And of course, if that wasn't your play of the day, just send us a tweet at Stadium Astro because, of course, we want to hear from you, more importantly, on this show.
All right, we've got plenty more for you next time around. Till next time.
See you soon.
With the end in sight, nothing can be taken for granted.
Try to work the angle!